Howdy fellas, what's good? Again, today is a great day. It's been a long time coming. Today is a Wednesday, it is chest day. We hitting some biceps. And there ain't nothing better than that day. You basically take the best two lifts you can most possibly come across, and you just throw them all into one day, and it's like the best day ever. It's what you need on a Wednesday. That's all I can say. To get over the hump of the week, that's what you need on a Wednesday. But, fellas, been shaving off weight because I've been locked in since last video. Like I said, no refeeds on the weekend. I came very close to going over my calorie count on, I want to say it was Saturday. It was because I did no cardio, but I came within 8 calories of going over. But we were under by 8, you know what I mean? So, hey, we didn't cheat, that means, still hit everything. Protein, obviously protein no matter what. I always want to get my body weight in protein every day. But, we started this week off hot, though, too. Monday, hit the Stairmaster. Tuesday, hit the Stairmaster. And that's pretty crazy because it's all upper body Monday, which whatever. You still got all the energy built up, from resting all weekend, which is no problem. But hitting, Stairmaster after a leg day, whew. But you want to know what? We're going to hit it again today. So, yeah, I feel like I'm going to grind the rest of the Stairmaster for the rest of the week because, I just want this cut to be over with, man. I want to get to the fucking meat and beans. Excuse my language. You know what I mean? But it's we've been slowly tapering down. But, I'm getting to the point where I'm getting antsy now. We got to start, getting there. You got to be there now. You know what I mean? This is week 10, I want to say. 9? No, week 9. No, it's week 10. It's week 10. So, yeah, we gotta get the meat and beans going, you know what I mean? I want to be done by week 10 no matter what. But, either way, fellas, I'll catch you guys at the gym for some pre-worky talks. The weather's definitely been getting a lot more nicer out, so, good vibes all the way around. Alrighty, fellas, so we got here at the gym. Not gonna lie, we're getting closer to summer, and the gym just becomes more empty, and it's kind of surprising. You think everyone would be trying to get their, summer bod going by now, but freaking, I guess not. You know what, though? Leaves more gains for me. That's the way I see it. But, either way, fellas, I'm feeling good, feeling great. And that's the thing. The beginning of the cut, it's getting used to it. Now that I'm used to it, I'm not so, I keep going, but there's a point where it becomes too much. But at the same time, there's a goal in mind. It has to be accomplished. But now that I'm just settled into the cut, it doesn't bother me is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Before I used to come feeling a little low energy, but that's also, I feel what's going to make the bulk again so much better is it's once I finally get back to doing that, it's going to just feel replenished and refreshing, you know what I mean? But I'm used to the cut now, so at the same time, it doesn't faze me. But, either way, fellas, chest, biceps, let's get it. Alrighty, fellas, so what we got coming in here is some incline dumbbell press, 3 sets of 10, This one is one of those workouts that I just, now, I had it out of the mix for a while, but it's back. It's one of those ones I love to do, but eventually you gotta mix it up a little bit. But you wanna know what? It's back. It's been back for a little while now. But at the same time, I just gotta say, this is one of my favorite workouts. I don't know why. Ever since I started lifting, this is my go-to. So we definitely starting to lift out right off the bat with some of the incline dumbbell press, because it's what a best way to start your chest day off. You're literally just getting after it. Then we got our bicep pull downs here, 3 sets of 10, with a 3-second hold on the descend. I've been starting to do these 3-second holds on the descend, just because it's a lot with, the muscle trickery and, the muscle memory, of tricking the muscles like that. And on top of it too, time under tension is also a big thing.
You know, I'm not the biggest time under tension guy. I do like to throw weight around, but at the same time, there's a time and a place, and this is a time where time under tension is starting to become huge. Then we got 3 sets of 12 here, for our upper chest press / shoulder press. The way this does activate in my shoulders a little bit, but for the most part, I'm hitting that upper chest with the way that I'm coming up, because I kick my butt out a little bit on that seat just to engage my upper chest, and it really does do the trick. I'm not gonna lie. I have I don't really do too much overhead pressing, like in that sense. So that's why that machine is big for my workout, and I always keep that one in there. Then we got this is a new one. I've been doing this since last week, probably 3 sets of 10 with the bicep curl with the straight bar. Usually I'm over on the preacher curl machine. But you wanna know what? I took my dad's straight bar and started curling it like that, and I'm like, you know what? I like this. So I just started doing it not too long ago, like literally last week. Then we got our flies here, 3 sets of 10 with the 10-second hold at the end. Nothing's changed with this. This is also one of them solid ones where you're literally stretching your whole chest. So, how can you go wrong with it? It needs to be a part of a chest day, yeah, we may not hit it on Monday when we... I do hit it on Monday. I hit this workout twice. But, say I don't do it on a Monday, I at least got to hit it on my chest. You know what I mean? Then we got our hammer curls here, coming back to our biceps. 3 sets, 10 and 10 each arm. I'm not gonna lie, by this time, my biceps were just shot. This is the 3rd bicep workout, but at the same time, we're just getting to that tail end where we're really burning out, and just trying to fight for all we're worth and just get through it. Let me come over here with our lower or decline chest press. And this is really activating our lower pec here. I'm not gonna lie, don't really know the breakup of the chest muscle, but in a sense, lower chest, 3 sets of 12. I like hitting the chest at all different levels, like high, medium, low. Where the incline chest press, you're kind of hitting your high, medium.
Yes, sir. That's a wrap on today's list. Best believe, chest day and buys, we always are A+ on that. Feeling good, feeling great. You know what I mean? That's all I can say. But ultimately, the pump check is what will solidify that. Oh, let's get it. That's one thing. Now that we're on the cut, it's easier to get the pump covers off. I ain't got all that extra shit to get in the way. Oh man, that's looking good, looking great. Whew, but good. Whew, we get a lot better at that one. Thankfully, we put some time into it on the weekends, but hey, gotta get better eventually. Hit that. I don't know. Got a weird mosquito bite. Kind of woke up with that right there, but hey, whatever. I live in the swamp, so what do you expect? Well, I can't even squeeze that cord, damn. Give me 1 minute. I can't even back. I've tried so many times. I just try to do it there. I can't even get it. But whatever. That nice little juice pump in there. Alright, fellas, let's go get some cardio. Hold on, fellas. One more before we hit cardio. Alright, let's go hit some cardio.
And look at that. Some mighty fine cardio with the Stairmaster. You love to see it, and I hate it. But 30 minutes,
See,
500 calories.
Know, but I feel like once I get done with cardio, freaking, it changes the whole thing because I sweat off all that water weight. Like, look at that. I don't know, maybe me, but I just had to do one more check-in for you boys. Alrighty, catch you guys at the truck. Alrighty, fellas, I'm not gonna lie. Freaking, you know, after thinking about it, you know, I think I do shed off quite a bit of water weight, you know, to make a little, you know, after looking, because I did look at it real quick, you know, to make a little, like, slight increase on the look. You know, but I don't think it's much. But when I do see, like, my most, because obviously I lift later in the day, you know, so I got all my food in me for the most part. You know, best believe I'm going home, eating my chicken rice, protein shake, and I'm looking very much forward to it because, like, it's honestly to the point where rice, you know, it usually tastes bland because it's just white rice. But, like, rice has a taste now. It's to that point. But either way, you know, what I was saying though is I think just shedding a little bit of water weight definitely does make like a little increase in the physique. But when I really see it is you know, when I wake up, especially like a Saturday morning when I ain't got nothing going on. So, you know, I go right basically to hitting a little bit of cardio and a little workout. You know, maybe have my protein bar and yogurt, but it's because I have nothing in my body that, you know, all my food's digested, it's through my system, and you know, I'm also not fully hydrated to the point where I am later on in the day like I am now, you know, so I know those little implements. But, you know, best believe, you know, we're week 10 now. Week 12, I will do a Saturday video for the reason of I want to show you what we really got going on. You know, so not next week, but the following week. I just came up with this honestly right now. I didn't even think about it. I just announced it. Like, we're gonna be hitting a Saturday lift just to show the freak physique of a Greek. Sorry, I fucked that up. Excuse my language. A Greek freak physique. I love just saying that. It's a bunch of rhymes. Sorry, it's a bunch of rhymes that just sound good all together. You know. Young rapper. Either way, you know, I gave that. Honestly, I wanted to speak on a little bit about my rap career. You know, I do like it. I do like rapping and stuff just for fun. You know, it's never like, you know, a little serious at maybe when I was like in high school, you know, because I wanted to just be that cool kid to blow up, you know what I mean? But honestly, you know, now I just like rapping for fun. I don't really do it as much as I do it anymore. You know, that's where the name Laxer came from, with the lazy Laxer part, because I've always just been Laxer. I've always played lacrosse, so like lacrosse, lax, short for lacrosse, you know, Laxer. I just made it a name. But you know, Laxer 399 always been my thing, you know, and I just said lazy Laxer because, like, it's ironic. You're not lazy when you're working. Like, I'm far from lazy, but it's the irony, like, ironicness of freaking, you know, being lazy Laxer. Like, I'm not lazy. It's just funny. You know, it's kind of like before the Trent twins actually did steroids in Trenton. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't, you know, they were the Trent twins. There was some irony in it, you know. But, like, you know, now, you know, I'm lazy Laxer. Far from lazy, though. You know, unless I'm doing, like, just completely give up on, you know, fitness and just start doing mukbangs. I mean, that's the only way I'm going to become actually lazy Laxer, I feel like. But I could never do that. I've watched, you know, I've actually never watched a mukbang, but, like, I've seen clips of them, and it's like, they're just so gross. Like, it's honestly, I love food, but like, that just grosses me out, kind of. I'm not even gonna lie. The way it just, like, oh my, chill out, bro. Anyway, sorry. I know I'm like all over the place right now. Just a good mood, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's feel good Wednesdays, man. Usually feel good Fridays, you know what I mean? But it's feel good Wednesday because it's chest, biceps, like, nothing better than that. But, you know, fellas, the cut is just coming along just very well. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I said I was done cheating, but I can't guarantee, at least Saturday this weekend, that I won't cheat, because my literally will be the best man at my wedding if I ever do get married. But literally besides that, you know, will be my best man actually. But you know, literally, I'll die for this man. Like, he's my best friend in that sense. Like, you can't get no tighter than me and him. Like, literally, I would put money on that. He's coming back from military, you know what I mean? So best believe we're gonna be up to, you know, no good. I'm not saying I'm gonna be partying. I'm gonna stay locked in that sense. But like, you know, the diet may slip because, like, who's to say I just don't order pizza maybe or something, and you know, we have fun. Either way, you know, not gonna come, you know, not saying I'm gonna drink. I'm not really the type to drink anymore nowadays, fellas. You know, I've been done, you know, side note, you know, like I said, I've been all over the place. But either way, with this video, you know, I don't really drink anymore. I quit that probably back, like, when I turned 21, it was like the marker of, like, yeah, I'm done drinking. But last year, like, when the new year flipped over, so, like, the beginning of 2024, you know, I kind of went on, like, just no drinking period all the way till my birthday, till I turned 21 in February. And then, like, I just drank for my birthday, and after that, I just maybe did it 3 times all year after that. Really didn't, you know, I don't know, I just don't care no more. It's not part of what my goals are, you know, my vision, where I want to be in life, you know. Everyone's different. I'm not saying you can't drink and get gains, you know what I mean? But, like, in the sense of I'm all in for this stuff, like, that's not what's going to have me being all in, you know what I mean? And I know that. So, you know, I don't really drink much anymore, but, you know, I have my fun. You know, either way though, fellas, you know, that kind of just wanted to be real with you guys, you know, transparent, you know, maybe a little puff pass, but, like, you know, other than that, like, that's why I say maybe pizza will be there, you know, because then I can't help myself to, you know, maybe go over my calorie count one day. So you know, the best believe though, I will be waking up, definitely hitting an hour of cardio just to, like, be leveled off with that, you know what I mean, to maybe offset it to a point and kind of hopefully validate it. But we'll see. Like I said, I don't know what this weekend's gonna look like. I know I said I was locking in, but, like, you know, brother just got done with a 6-month deployment, so, like, and he turned 21 back in October, you know, so he missed his birthday, he missed Thanksgiving, he missed Christmas, he missed New Year's, man, he missed my damn birthday. Who the hell is that? You know what I mean? No, I'm just playing. But, you know, he missed Easter even, man, and it's like, come on. Best believe we're gonna be up to something or another. But, you know, I got at least buy a brother a few drinks, you know what I mean? He just turned 21, you know, so I'll definitely be you know, me not drinking, but, like, you know, I'll be out and about, you know, maybe, and that's why I'm saying, you know, I won't have the best food in front of me to just eat chicken, rice, and my proteins that I normally do, because, you know, I just know I'm gonna be out and about, you know. It's hard. I'm gonna try and eat clean, but at the same time, you know, what am I gonna do? I live out in the country, man. I ain't got many means to get shit nicely on the fly, but, you know, best believe I try. You know, either way though, fellas, you know, everything's trending in the right direction. I'm hoping by week 12 we can be done, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, as I get deeper into the cut, it's like I just want to want to go a little bit more further because I see a little bit more. But I think by week 12, that's really where, I thought week 8, I'd be like, all right, let's see where we're at. But, and this is why I'm coming back to what I was saying. But, by week 8, I thought I was going to be done. But honestly, I just seen there was a lot more left to be, cut off and more to be had, with our physique. So, week 12, hopefully we can be done, with the cut and just maintain it down there at that level. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe not. Like I said, when we get to week 12, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna do that Saturday lift though, to just show it off. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'll do a Sunday lift. I low-key actually like going to the gym on Sundays. Actually, maybe we'll do a Sunday lift instead of a Saturday lift. Definitely will be a shorter weekend. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Either way, week 12, we're doing a Sunday or a Saturday lift. But, lots in store, man. The possibilities are endless, and this cut's going insane. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, we're all in. No matter what, I've been all in for about, I just told you, over a year now. About a year and a quarter, going on a year and a half, at this point, because we're already in April, whatever. I don't even know what fucking month it is. May? Yeah, no, May. Tomorrow's May, so yeah, we'll be in May. Either way, though, fellas, I appreciate you hanging out, having a little car talk. It's been a minute. Usually, I haven't done a car talk in a minute because I've been, doing this, doing that, doing this. So, I just been showing that, it beats a car talk sometime, I'm actually getting to show you guys what's going on, besides just me being a gym rat, But either way, fellas, if you made it this far, please leave a like, subscribe. I appreciate it. As always, stay hustling, stay grinding, stay focused. Peace out. See you guys in the next one. Hell yeah, fellas. Not gonna lie, added an extra half cup of white rice this time, or for this week, just because I need the extra carbs. Being I'm gonna be hitting the Stairmaster all week, so I added an extra half cup, 170 calories added. But you wanna know what? We literally washed that right out pretty quick. We hit the Stairmaster. And obviously 4 ounces of chicken still, that's good eats.